it's Happy Mail Queen. I have another project share for you guys, and it is using another one of my dies that I have not yet used. It's actually a die and embossing folder set that I had previously gotten at Hobby Lobby. And this is it right here. So this is the Sizzix Thinlits Textured Impressions set. You get 4 dies and 1 embossing folder. It is by Jen Long, and it says Courtney Chilson as well, so I don't know if they collaborated on this. It's called Dream Mermaid, and that's the one right here. And so some of you guys might have hauled this. So what I've done here is I did cut some of the pieces just so you can get an idea of how it looks like. So here is that word dream. So I just cut it in one of my holographic papers. As far as the shell, you get 2 pieces. When you cut it, you get the outline and then you get this inner piece. And so, which is nice because then you can do a, dual color if you wanted to, and I'll show you that on my project. Here's one of the seahorses, and so what I did was, the only thing is with this one, it only cuts the outline, and so you have to save the little bits on the inside. So what I've done is, like what I've been doing with some of the dies is I do cut white as a white base first, and just don't cut it so that the little pieces pop out. Just cut it so that it doesn't cut all the way through, and then cut another piece, which is going to be your top layer right here, the blue part here, and that's the one you want to layer on top. So that's the seahorse, and then same thing with the mermaid. When you cut it, this is how it cuts out. As you can see, the little bits of pieces I took out here, but if you wanted to like color up her tail, then you would want to cut another piece maybe with a different color. What I did is I cut a base like this with white, and then I cut just the hair part. I cut that in black because I wanted her to have black hair, and then I cut the tail. So from here on down, I just used holographic paper. And so what you want to do is, because your first die cut is white, all I did was I popped these out. This is her face and her chest and her neck, and then I just Copic colored it the skin tone I want, and then I popped it back in. And same thing with the arm right here. You're just gonna also color that up with your marker, and then also this part here, which is her torso and her right hand arm. And then the tail, I had to cut it, just cut, you'll see it on my thing. And then, it's just like paper piecing it. So it's not really hard to do, but I love how they give you all the layers, which is kind of nice, because then you can, play with it and, use different colors. This is how it cuts out without the little pieces on the inside. Of course, you can just, if you don't want to like color up the skin or anything, you can just, like use a cream color or whatever color your mermaid skin is. And because all these pieces right here, that's the skin. Okay, so I hope I'm making sense there. So I love this. It was really nice. And here's an example of what they did here. But let me just show you what I did. First of all, let me just share with you the papers that I used. I did use the Mermazing. Oops, sorry. I didn't use this die. I used the Mermazing, and I basically just used the one with the scales, which is this one right here, and it worked perfectly. You know how I was saying how they're small scales? It worked perfectly for this particular die set. I also used this foil sack that I had gotten from Walmart, and I used the rose gold and the DCWB cardstock stack that I've had in my stash forever. I used the blue. It's darker than this blue actually. And then if you guys have your holiday foil solids from Christmas, just to let you know, you have holographic paper in the back. I think there's like 3 sheets in the back. 3 or 4, I don't know. So if you're looking for holographic paper, yeah, if you have this Craftsmith Christmas stack, it's there. Okay, so those are the papers that I used, and I didn't know exactly how I wanted it, but I used a bunch of foil paper, as you can see, and you can mix your foil paper. Don't think you can't. You can do, you know, gold and holographic. You can, like any of your metallic papers. I think it works. So let me just show you. Usually my cards are either shakers or easel cards. And so I made a shaker. And here is my card. And I think it came out so cute. Now I just did the card front. I didn't decorate the inside yet or the back. So I'm not even going to show you that. But as you can see here, well, my base is just 110-pound cream cardstock, just to make it sturdy. And then I used the rose gold. And I didn't really plan this. I knew I wanted to use the mermaid tail. So I did the mermaid first. And then when I was doing the shells, I don't know, I kind of wanted it to have like a peachy color, and that's why I ended up putting the rose gold in the back, because then it kind of just pulled all the colors in, I felt, because of that peach. And the peach, I basically just used my Copic markers. I used just a peach color to color up the inside of the shell. And then on this shell, I did the reverse. I colored up the outside of the shell and left the holographic paper on the inside. And then this holographic paper is another one from my stash. And what was that one? Oh yeah, that was the one from that Christmas paper. This holographic paper right here, the cardstock, sorry. That's what I used for the base of, for the frame, I should say. And that frame is that Jen Hadfield Polaroid. I just thought it was the easiest way to make a shaker, and so that's what I used. And I think it came out really pretty. Now as far as the shaker bits, I just used whatever I had in my stash. I put in a little green. I put in some silver and just kind of like the iridescent white, like holographic, the shells, which worked perfectly for this shell right here. And then I used blue and a little bit of like the little hearts. You see that one is the this one right here from Recollections, Michael's, the little hearts, because that was the only rose gold I had. So I put a little rose gold in there, and then I also used this peach colored, this is from Target, I think. Wait, was it Target? Or was it Michael's? I think it was Michael's. They're little seed beads in peach. And what else? Just whatever beads I have in my stash, and I love it. It has a lot of movement in there. And this banner here is also from that Polaroid die. And again, I just used the rose gold paper. And then here are these little pearl flatbacks. Those are the ones from this pack right here. That's what I used. And let's see what else. What else can I tell you? And then I just used a trim. And I really didn't want to put glue to put this trim down. to make it adhere to the paper. And so what I did was I just used red line tape. I lined it all the way around, and then I put, because it's so thin, and I was afraid I was just gonna get globs of glue and that it was gonna discolor my my foiled blue paper on the bottom. So just a tip there, you could also use your red line tape because it's pretty strong. And what else did I do? Oh, and then I used the embossing folder. As you can see on the inside, I embossed the blue foiled paper. So I think it came out so pretty, and just a really quick card share, and I think it's perfect. It goes well with my little embellishment jar here, and I'm just going to create probably another little project with this mermaid. I love her. She just came out so pretty. So I decided to go ahead and finish the inside and the outside as well. And what I did was, from the Mermazing paper, I just took some of the cut-aparts, like some of the 4x6 papers, and I took another sheet of paper to finish the inside. So let me just show you guys what I did. So on the inside, I used this paper here, which has the silhouette of the mermaids, and in purple. It's kind of like a lavender. And then I did the same thing on both pages, and then I just layered one of the cut-aparts. I cut it down. It was one of these size, and I cut it down so that that way I can write to whoever I'm sending this to. Put my little seahorse right there. Since I already had made the seahorse, I thought it would kind of tie it in with, you know, the colors of the front. And then the back, I thought this was pretty close, you know, the blue, very close to this blue, so that's what I put in the back, and it says "as free as the ocean." And that is my mermaid card for you guys. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Leave me a comment, and please subscribe if you haven't, and also click that little bell button so that you guys are notified when I have a new project or a new video. And I hope everyone has a great week. Bye for now.